So there's a lot of creators that are crazy about Toca Life World. I know my own kids love the app very much. I find it a little bit interesting though that was the last release from Toca Boca, or the parent company, which is Spin Master. Now, of course, Toca Life World was released in 2018, and since then there hasn't been another Toca Boca app. Now, part of the reason for that is the strategy of Toca Life World, which is based on in-app purchases for worlds and expansion packs. So it's kind of like getting new apps, but there really has not been a new full-featured app since 2018. We're talking almost 6 years ago. Well, I was digging around on the Spin Master website and I came across what will be the next Toca Boca release, and that is called Toca Boca Days. Let me show you. So if you want some information about Toca Days, or really about anything related to Toca Boca or Spin Master, what I'd recommend doing is go to the spinmaster.com website. Under corporate, you'll find this page that says events and presentations, and you can see all of their conference calls and even some special events. Now, the one that gave me information about Toca Boca Days is right over here, a Spin Master Digital Games Investor Day. So let me show you that presentation. So here is our first slide. You can see to the right-hand side, we have Rita from Toca Life World, along with the characters from Sago Mini, a company owned by Toca Boca. And it's interesting, they're deliberately placed there because Toca Boca is part of Spin Master's digital games strategy. And as I scroll through this presentation, you're going to see Toca Boca and Toca Life World in a lot. So you can see that Spin Master is positioning digital games alongside toys and entertainment, so essentially 1/3 of their company. Here you can see their portfolio of digital games, including Toca Boca and Sago Mini, along with other acquisitions that they've made in recent years. Okay, so if you look at this slide, you can see the left-hand side here, there is a character from Toca Life World, the one with the camera. But if we look to the right, you'll notice that there's characters that look similar to Toca Life World, but they're almost three-dimensional. That's going to be a clue, which we'll take a look at here shortly. You see these characters again here to the left, and this is kind of the portfolio of Spin Master, starting with their acquisition of Toca Boca and Sago Mini in 2016. They kind of replicated that process to buy different game studios, or digital game studios. Okay, and before I go through the rest of the presentation, which I do feel is kind of interesting, I don't want to waste any of your time. I do want to show you the next release, and it's right over here. So this is the next release that is planned from Toca Boca and Spin Masters. You can see it on the screen, what these characters look like. It is going to be a 3D version, very similar to Toca Life World. You can see it's a 3D multiplayer game set in the Toca Boca universe. So for the longest time, really, in every Toca Boca release, you can play as characters just on your own. There is no multiplayer feature. Not necessarily. I guess two people can huddle around an iPad and kind of play together, but there isn't a multiplayer feature. Supposedly there will be a multiplayer feature in Toca Boca Days. Now, it's also going to be a 3D game. You can see how the characters look three-dimensional. We saw that earlier on the slide. And if you look over here to the left-hand side, it says Toca Boca is a game about meaningful relationships in an ever-evolving world through self-expression and open play. So the idea here, it seems to me, is that they're going to kind of give Toca Life World a new look, give the characters a new look, give the worlds a little bit of a new look, and maybe allow for that multiplayer play. I'm thinking almost like a Roblox, or maybe like a Minecraft, where you can invite different people into your world and you can both play in the same world at the same time. So it seems kind of interesting. You can see that it is a simulation genre. So again, it seems like it's going to be something similar to Roblox. It wouldn't surprise me if there were maybe games like in Roblox, but we're not entirely sure. Now, I do want to show you this. You can see that the next Spin Master conference call is coming up November 2nd. So if you want, you may want to click and sign up for that virtual link. I'm sure that they're going to share more information about Toca Days. But what I did is I went back to the old minutes. I think the minutes were from August, I believe. I just did a search for Toca Boca, and you can see that there is just this line right over here. We think the fan community within Toca will be super excited with Toca Days, our first 3D player multi-game, which is currently in soft launch. Toca Days will allow the opportunity for open-ended play and creativity, coupled with the ability for social interactions between players. Player sentiment so far has been high based on the feedback and learnings the team is making continuous improvements, and the day it looks like is going to be in 2024. No idea whether that's the first part of 2024, the second part, or somewhere in between, but it seems like there will be a new Toca release after 6 years. Now, there's also some really interesting information in this presentation, and you may want to stick around, especially if you're a fan of Toca Life World. Okay, and then here is another Toca Life Days character. You can tell because he's three-dimensional. Right here in the corner, you can see he's doing some graffiti art, it looks like, on this slide. So if we scroll down a little bit more, you can see right over here, these are all of the releases that were planned in Toca Life World. Again, I mentioned that they haven't released a new app for quite some time, since 2018, but they have released these different expansion packs. Here's a really interesting slide where Spin Masters essentially is acknowledging the fact that a new generation of gamers are playing Toca Life World and actually creating their own content, sharing it on social media channels. You can see 94% of kids ages 2 to 12 are connecting, creating, and sharing content. So they're just kind of acknowledging the huge community. Here are some numbers of Toca Boca and Toca Life World. You can see millions of users are using these apps every month. Some more stats there, and then here it is. So here is the first reference to Toca Life World. Now, here is the first reference to Toca Life Days. Now, I don't have anything else besides this presentation, but what I'm guessing is this is the plan initially. You can see Toca Days is a small part of the total population of users on the Toca. So I don't have any information. So I don't have any other information. My guess is that this is the plan to slowly bring along Toca Days. I'm guessing they're assuming that at the start there will be the majority of players using Toca Life World, a smaller number using Toca Days, and then after some time they expect Toca Days to grow very big, as well as Toca Life World to grow a little bit as well. So they're kind of hoping to grow both platforms. At least that's my guess. And then here again is that slide. You can see what we just showed you a little bit earlier. And really that's just about it. You can see some numbers and different stats in terms of continue to grow their core, which is Toca Life World, their subscription service towards the middle, as well as that new category with kids of all ages over here to the right, and that does include Toca Days. And so that's it, Toca Days, the next release from Toca Boca, coming sometime in 2024. In the comment section below, let me know what you think about it. Are you excited? Will you play it, or do you think you'll stick to Toca Life World? Anyways, if you like Toca Boca, I'm going to highly recommend that you subscribe to the channel because I'm going to have some really cool content planned for the next few months.